Welcome to Blue Line Intel, a law enforcement software designed by a veteran law enforcement administrator with over 26 years in law enforcement. This video is designed to give a quick demonstration of the unique functions of Blue Line Intel to anyone who is not familiar with its functionality and is looking to bring their agency into a modern practice in training, analytics, and career record keeping. Blue Line Intel was designed by a tenured police administrator who saw a need to automate and evaluate critical agency information. It started out as a field training software that gave a visual aspect to problems and successes in the field training division that has always been a difficult model to track and understand. Blue Line Intel grew and began filling other needs in the law enforcement administration, such as internal affairs, use of force tracking, asset management, and employee evaluations, just to name a few. To dive into what Blue Line Intel does, we will be using data from a demonstration site. All clients of Blue Line Intel have access to their data from this online platform. There is no software to install, and all of your data is kept secure and encrypted in SQL databases. Although your data does not contain any CJIS information, its storage and access meets the CJIS requirements. Blue Line Intel is currently divided up into 8 modules. Each module has its own purpose, but is also connected to each other for reporting and analytics. Also, each module can be purchased separately from each other so that your agency only pays for the services it needs. We will start with the field training module. Each FTO will have a unique login, and each recruit will be added to the system by your field training coordinator. DOR are entered easily and can be saved throughout the day. At the end of the shift, the FTO will submit and print the DOR. As more DOR gets submitted, an overall look at the recruit's progress becomes visualized. As more and more FTO train new recruits, their DOR entries are analyzed for inconsistencies compared against other FTO. The DOR are made for easy entry with large buttons. Each training area can be commented on throughout the shift. All aspects of topics and minimum standards are customizable by the agency. Each phase of training is graphed for easy assessment. Remedial training is also available. Again, these can be entered from anywhere, including the FTO smartphone. We will now take a look at the use of force module. Each officer will enter their own use of force report. When completed, it is available to their supervisor for review. The entry is made easy by standard selections and even a point-and-click injury chart. As the use of force reports get entered throughout the year, Blue Line Intel generates statistics which will be used to assess any trends in the agency's use of force encounters. This can be drilled down to different areas, times, and even officer trends. Blue Line Intel will even write your monthly or annual use of force report for publication and transparency. Blue Line Intel will track and assess your oral boards and give a visual grading tool to determine your hiring decisions. Taking a look at the Internal Affairs module, you will see that entering and tracking the professional standards of an officer is made easy with Blue Line Intel. The system will track a chronological log of all the actions in the investigation. The Employee Evaluation module can have a separate list of evaluating topics for each division. Once a supervisor has evaluated their officer, an automated email will send a link to the employee to self-evaluate. You can then see a comparison where the employee feels they excel and the differences between each evaluation. Over time, you will see if your employee is progressing in their career. Moving on to the Asset Management module, you will see that every agency asset can be tracked for inventory purposes. Some assets can be put in an in-field location where they have no specific assignment to any one person. Some assets can be assigned to an individual who is responsible for the asset. Each asset has a chronological log. You can search for assets by any of their characteristics or by an individual. Assets can also have an expiration date for replacement notifications. The career tracking module is where all of the other modules come together to paint a picture of the officer's career with your agency. As you can see, career tracking lists all the promotions and service time in those positions. When it comes to awards, Blue Line Intel will keep track of all the service bars you award your officers. Adding service bars are easy and completed in seconds. Commendations are also quickly added and tracked. If internal affairs records exist, they will also be listed with their findings. Counseling and non-IA discipline is also entered and tracked along with use of force and all assigned assets. In the career tracking module, you can go directly to an evaluation, an asset, or even an internal affairs investigation if your user role allows. Each user is assigned a user role for each module. You will assign an administrator to manage these roles to each officer and supervisor as their roles change. All data is kept in the database even if an officer separates from your agency. When another agency contacts you for personnel records, the career tracker can be printed or provided in person. Although this was a quick demonstration of what Blue Line Intel does, detailed videos and instructions are provided to its users. For more information and to try Blue Line Intel for a 60-day trial, contact us by going to bluelineintel.com.